A school is an environment to learn, a state where we should feel free. I would define it as a home where knowledge is gained.
Hello, I'm Khalil Osiris. Welcome to Each One Teach One. The work we do at Each One Teach One reaches far beyond the television studio. To truly understand the rapidly changing and turbulent world that our children must negotiate daily in their journey to adulthood, we travel to 6 schools across Umlazi, KwaZulu-Natal, Ndasani, and the Eastern Cape with a simple message. Your attitude towards yourself determines your attitude towards life.
Can you all see here? Can you read the slogan? Can you read the slogan? Each one, teach one. Oh yes, and the motto will be given a direction how to stay in the light.
Ninjan. Ndiyaphila nami. Igama lami ngufani wakamatsibani. I am the commissioning editor of the same program, Each One Teach One at SABC Education. You may be seated here and thinking, we know it all. No, we don't. All of us will learn from each other, but the most powerful person amongst all of us is you as an individual. We are here today to start a conversation that for us at SABC Education is important. It's important in a sense that learners cannot be without educators. And educators cannot be without the learners and the support of the parents. The message or the conversation would center around the 3 Ds. Destiny, direction, and decision.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the staff, particularly the principal, to you teachers who are doing the work that changes lives and changes the world.
Everybody must know where is it that they're going.
Mr. Fani, as you're talking about Mdantsane being the bearer of most of our leaders that we have, it reminded me of a question that I had when I was very young, younger than you guys. I always asked myself, what makes a difference in people's lives? We are here to have a conversation. We are here to talk to you and really to share some of the secrets that we have learned in our lives that made us to be who we are today.
Our primary talk today is with you as young people, with you as learners. And when I say our talk is with you as young people and as learners, I want you to think today that you're more than a learner. I want you to imagine that today's conversation is going to be about your genius. It's going to be about your greatness. It's going to be about how you can begin to activate what's within you. I want you to imagine that you already have the things that you think are important because they're a reflection of what you value in life. In other words, I want you to think about your life as something that's not defined by your circumstances. I want you to think about your life in a way that suggests to you and anyone around you that you are bigger and better than your circumstances. You know how some of us got parents that calls us ugly and stupid and things like that? You know how some adults will say ugly things to you, and then you end up, first it hurts, and then after a while you don't even care? You just look at them and laugh because you know what? They've said it so often that you now have a callous about it. You now, it don't even affect you. But here's what I'm going to say to you. Actually, when you reach a point where it doesn't hurt anymore, that's the deepest wound you could possibly have. Because now you have learned to accept things in a way that is destroying your spirit. They're speaking something into your spirit that you are undeserving of. And unless you learn how to turn away from it in a way that keeps you from being damaged by it, you'll grow up thinking you're like what they said to you. It's people right now sitting in here who don't believe they can do maths. You actually believe you're bad at maths. Some of you believe you're bad at science. Some of you believe you're not good learners. Some of you have been told that you're stupid. Some of you actually intend to fail out of school. Imagine that. Some of you imagine that you can't go to varsity. Here's what I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to be very clear. It's a lie. That you are bigger and better than your circumstances. No matter how bad those circumstances are, and no matter how great those circumstances are, you are bigger and better than your circumstances. I went to prison for 20 years, and the first time was when I was 17. In America, we had a movement known as the Civil Rights Struggle. The Civil Rights Struggle gave birth to leaders in America, one of whom we saw as our Madiba. His name was Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. When he spoke, blacks in America listened. We saw him as someone who had our best interests at heart. But he told us constantly about America, a kind of America that was based on what we call the American dream. Some of you, as young as you are, you have heard about the American dream. You've seen it portrayed in the videos and all kinds of things. But then there was another man who came on the heels of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and his name was Malcolm X. And Malcolm X called the American dream an American nightmare. He said that for the masses of our people living in America, as good as you may imagine it was, for those of us who were there, we saw it as a nightmare. And that nightmare took on the form of a party called the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. That was a revolutionary party in America. That party told us young people that the only way we can make a difference in America was to make the country ungovernable.
Destiny, decision, and direction formed the basis of the Each One Teach One Assembly Talks held at 6 schools in KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape. In sharing her journey, life coach Pula drove home the message that destiny is not something that happens by chance. Destiny is not something we wait for. It's the direction we achieve based on our decisions.
What is your destination? If you're sitting here right now and you have no picture of where is it that you're going, then you're in serious trouble. Why? Because clearly you have no path to walk towards. Where are you walking towards?
I started doing violent things. That violence turned into a kind of rage called crime. So at 17, when I committed that robbery and I was sent to prison, stabbed twice while I was in prison, did a lot of violence to other people. I didn't even know how much of a beast and animal I could become. I'm telling you this because I want you to know that sometimes you make choices that put you in a situation where you will become something you didn't even imagine was possible. And when I got there, all of that violence, and I began to internalize it and became more violent than most. And I got out. I was let out of prison, maximum security prison. I was 22 years old. So when I came out and I was that vicious, violent person, it was only a matter of time before I was rearrested or killed. I went back to crime. I was rearrested at 25. By the time I got out, it was March 1st, 1999. I was 40 years old. I'm 57 now. 57. I'm old enough to be some of your father's father. In other words, I'm old enough to be your grandfather. Think about it. 57. Some of you have given up on yourselves and you're not even 17. You have to see the invisible to achieve the impossible. You have to see something in yourself that's not yet evident. You have to see your giftedness, your genius, your talent, your brilliance, your exceptionalism. You have to see that in you in order for it to be manifest.
Parents must support. As our students, we have to be passionate. We have to have the passion for learning.
Destiny, direction, and decision.
The moment you get to one part of your destiny, you go further. I always say take a few steps, all right? And when you get there, you'll be able to see much further. And when you get to much further, then you can able to see much, much, much further. So I'm also in that journey. So, and I really think our teachers, we have to thank them for that. Learners, Fanny mentioned the 3 Ds. Why your destiny? I always say the most dangerous thing in the world, it is to go through life without knowing where is it that you're going. So actually, I should be able to point whoever that I want here, and I should be able to ask you this question, why are you leaving? And your answer should be simple. I'm leaving for my destiny.
Your destiny, your decision, your direction.
And my question would be, where is it that you're going? And you should be able to tell me where is it that you're going. Because if you don't know where is it that you're going, uzolahleka. I grew up in a place called nobody. You know what nobody means? Like, you're nothing. And I grew up in a shack. I was raised by my 2 brothers. One night, my brothers, they left. They ran away. They went to Joburg to look for their father. 6, 7-year-old girl, I was all by myself. I was abused so many times.
I was physically abused. I was emotionally abused. Psychologically, even sexually abused.
I had to move from one home to another. You know what was my destiny? Just to get to matric. That's it. That's it. That was my dream. As long as I can wake up in the morning and be in the classroom and take in that education and reach to that matric level, because I believed that when I get there, at least I can be able to work for myself and provide myself and eventually take myself back to school. Isimo sakho, your situation that you're in right now, it does not determine your future selfie. It is your decision. The most important thing is the direction that you choose. Who?
You need to work for it. You need to make a decision to get there.
I want you to look to the person next to you and say, hey, ungibheke kahle, don't underestimate me. Ngoba tomorrow I might be your next boss. Okay, give a round of applause for yourself. And this is what I want you to say. Listen to this. Umbheke emehlweni ungamsabi, ne? Umbheke emehlweni. Ote, I don't know what is your destination. I am not going to follow you. Because my destination, it is calling me. I-direction yakho uzawihamba uyi-one. My direction is towards my destiny. Come on, give a round of applause for yourself. Thank you.
This group of young men, either they will be leaders for the right thing or they will be leaders for the wrong thing. It's very, very clear. The right thing. I want you to tell me what it is that you lead for good.
My name Asakile Masindwa. Ndizibona ufunde kakhulu. Yabo, but andibawuluvele prison. Yabo, I don't wish prison.
My name is Mbangu Valente, and I'm a learner at Mzomsa High School. One day I want to drive BMW 325 SI.
My name is Mapele Samkelo. I'm living in New York, but I want to be a soldier one day. Thank you.
Igama lami noSiphosethu Waca. Nginqonela ufunda ngiphumelele kwazi utshintsha isimo sasekhaya.
Igama lami ngisiyamthanda menzi. Awulizibona uba yini bapha phezulu yena ndizishili. Yabo bengena kwinto ezinganifanelanga.
My name is Abongile Kamani. Ngihlala lapha kwa-3. Into endibeka apha kuze ndibe sesikolweni kuphakamisa igama lami okokuqala. Okwesibini kuphakamisa indawo endisuka kuyo yaziwe. Okwesithathu kuphakamisela izikolo endithe ndafunda kuzo. And ndifuna enye into ndibe ngumzekelo kwabantwana abaseza kwigeneration ezayo. Sibabonise uba okay, noba izinto sekwenzeka ntoni indlela esikhula kuzo bo sivile mos stories about life eqhubekayo, but thina sizawuthini ngezonto lapha elifini. Thina masikhuleni senzela ifuture yabantwana bethu ibe grand, senzele indawo esuka kuyo sikwazi uphinde sithini siyikhombe, senzele ntoni abantwana abazokhula apha emveni kwethu bathi okay masithathe apha. And i-history yomdantsane inkulu siyayazi sonke. Masiphakameni sonke singumdantsane khe sizimeleni siyi-second township kodwa akho nto yenzekayo. Siyabona uba zenzeka izinto koomaJoburg koomaDurban, but apha funeka side siphume sibheke koomaJohannesburg kuze kwenzeke izinto. Singathini ujongana nezo nto? Ndicele SABC inothe loo nto leyo kakhulu. Thank you.
Kufanele uqonde ntombi
Your genius is inspiring the world, and you don't even know it. I want to see exceptionalism out of you. I want to see greatness out of you. I want to see extraordinary accomplishments out of you. I want to see you rise to be president and for you to rise and be scientist. That's your calling. What's around you can't define you.
Have you all seen a construction site, what it looks like? So you know a construction site. Have you ever seen a site whereby they were about to build a mall, but the mall is not there?
Have you noticed that on the site, usually we have a board and a picture of what they are going to build? Have you seen that? And a picture nje say pelile inhle, it's painted, kunama parking, there's trees already. Have you seen that? So what did they do? So which means they had a future selfie of what is it that we're going to build towards, right? So they finished the picture first, then what did they do? They went back up and started to build it. We must have finished pictures of our destinies, right? That we can start building towards them. Right now, you might be in your construction site. Things might be bad right now. And I used to tell people about my future selfie, that one day I'm gonna have my own money. One day I'm gonna have my own car. You know what they were thinking? Did they believe me? I mean, they say you are poor, you stink, you can't even speak English, you are rejected, and you're telling us you're gonna be rich. Are you crazy? That's what people will say when they look at your construction site. You know why? Because they don't see that finished picture. Only you can see it. Only you are in the construction site, not them. And you know what's the funny thing now? You know all those people that were telling me that I'm crazy, that I'm dumb and stupid, that I'm poor, I'm rejected. Those people right now, they are working for me. My destiny, my future selfie is the one that kept me going.
We're very grateful to SABC, including Utu FM, because words cannot show the gratitude that we have.
Today, we see ourselves as being very blessed.
Thank you very much. You've inspired us. For the first time, guys, let's hear something and start practicing what we've heard.
Our visitors, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Stay! Stay!
Almost 100 years ago, French writer Anaïs Nin said that what we call destiny is in fact our character. This liberates us. If we can change our character, we can change our destiny. We don't have to be slaves to our past or backgrounds, to the harsh words that hurt us, that shaped our feelings about who we are. The decision to change direction and our own destiny is our opportunity to become our greatest selves. I'm Khalil Osiris. This is Each One Teach One. Until we meet again next week, stay in the light.